Vicki. Nice
Hi,
to
Claire.
see you. Good to
Likewise.
see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me. So today on our kind of new style mentor moment, you are going to be everybody's mentor and give them some advice on how to improve their teaching. So this is obviously especially helpful for the new teachers. So we're going to jump right on in. I know that you have a kind of performing career.
Indeed.
You had a performing career prior to coming sort of back into teaching. When and why did you switch gears to become an online teacher?
For me, actually, teaching online for BlingABC is not that dissimilar to performing live for an audience. I am performing for an audience. And the nice thing about it is I don't have to worry about memorizing lines or lyrics, and I can get in touch with my inner kid, and I can just go mad and be crazy and pull faces and look imperfect, which I can't do so well when I'm on stage in a theatrical production.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoy that aspect and just being childlike, being crazy and engaging.
They love that, don't they? The kids love that. So that brings me straight into my second question, which is, what do you take from that, your previous kind of career incarnation? What do you bring, and what helps you most in your teaching career? Have you got any tips here, like easy performance tips perhaps for the other teachers to use in their classrooms?
Number one thing I'd say, the mistake that I learned in the beginning, I was too much of a perfectionist and focused too much on delivering the material perfectly. I realized it's more important to focus on engaging the kids, making sure they feel heard, they feel listened to, they feel they're getting attention. The same with an audience. If you want people to come back again and support you, you need to make them feel important, make them feel heard. So in that regard, I learned a lot from that.
Can I ask you, my voice quite often gets really like, after we've done 6 lessons. Have you got any tips to help me save my voice? Because you were a singer.
I do. Actually, somebody had suggested to me, I know the ginger, lemon and honey, but that aside, when it's really bad and you're really struggling, to put a lozenge in the side of your cheek. Sometimes it takes a little bit of effort to make sure like where it's swimming around so it doesn't interfere with your speech.
Yeah.
But it really helps just to keep the continuous inflow. Oh, look at you. You're ready to go. Oh, mine are like chapped away somewhere in the back of my drawer, and I'll be fiddling to get them.
Yeah, no, I have them ready to sneak one.
That helps. And another thing, the audio in my headphones, if it's too loud, I find I end up speaking louder to hear myself, which also affects my vocal delivery. So try and keep the audio loud, softer than your voice, but enough to hear the kids, and you can adjust it, but don't speak too loud unnecessarily.
That's a really good tip, because I found that I did that a lot as well. I mean, you probably didn't because you know about taking care of your voice, but I found that coming online, when you've got so much noise in the classroom, it's really tempting that you just talk louder.
Yep.
So that's
I still do it though.
tip.
I still do it sometimes.
Thank you. On to something else that I know about you is that you speak several languages already. So how does your experience of being a language learner yourself help you with your little blingies and blingettes? How can you help them with that knowledge?
For me, I would say, firstly, my problem is I actually normally speak really, really fast. I have to constantly remind myself to slow down and think of the kids, especially who are not familiar with English as I am. And secondly, so that's number one, is the speech and the pace at which you speak. And the second thing is also your accent and intonation on words. There's American terminology and there's the British way of saying it. And sometimes, depending on somebody who's a real, from a certain part of a country, their accent can affect the delivery of the word. So if they're able to understand and they're at a sufficient level, I will say, this is maybe how an American person will say it. This is how a British person would say it. So if they hear it again from a different language or country, from a different speaker from another country, then they will identify the same word.
Yeah. I find that the older students, I don't know if you find the same, my level 4s and 5s particularly, I don't bother when they're younger than that. I let them say it whichever way they know. If I say zebra, they say zebra, I just leave it. But
tomato,
if they hear
tomato.
me, they hear me, the older ones, then they think, oh, it's different. Am I saying it wrong? So I just always say, so that's a really good tip as well, I think.
Thanks.
Can you give us some heartwarming moments or a favorite moment that you've had with your little?
Okay, I'll say the one that really warmed my heart. I had a student, it was actually a group class, but she would end up pitching up on her own. And I really connected with her and gave her so much one-on-one attention. And I kept repeating her name, which is another tip so people feel heard, saying their name over and over. And at the end of it, she actually drew a little picture of me with a crown on, as like this princess, and said, "I love you, Teacher Vicki," with a heart. And I melted. So that was a melting one.
You've got a screenshot of that, have you?
I've got it somewhere on my phone. I need to find it. And the other one that made me crack up, actually, I had a boy who, I think it was the how much lesson where they speak about money and amounts. And he looked like something out of a rap video. He had these bling diamante glasses on and this wad of cash. And he was like, yeah, and he was flashing this cash at me. And I thought I was in a rap video. I was cracking up laughing. That was quite funny.
Oh, well, what about, I've had some of those, but I've also had some disastrous moments. Can you tell us of a scary moment or a minor disaster and how you dealt with it? Because we all have these.
I had one where I was subbing a class last minute. I had to literally just jump into the class, and I was having tech issues with my laptop. And then on top of that, it started crashing on me. And I desperately started reaching, thank goodness I have another laptop, but it had the older version of the Bling platform and it hadn't downloaded the latest version. So I was frenetically just jumping from the one and then getting my husband to bring it into the room and then downloading the latest version. And I managed to just with a minute spare get in there. But my heart was like in my mouth by that point. So that
really good tip then for everyone who has a backup computer. I do as well. And I think I forget to back up
absolutely.
to download the latest version on the backup because I never need to use it. But keep your backup device up to, ready to go. You never know when you're going to need it.
Absolutely.
What are your favorite sort of strategies? What strategies are your go-to strategies if you've got a lesson that you need to up the energy, or maybe something's not quite working? What's one of your go-tos that you use? I think we all have these.
Go-to strategies. I've got different sounds on my phone. Firstly, ones that I use as forms of praise. Others for like animals and insects and various things. And I find especially also if the kids are not keen on copying you or acting out the various animals or things like that, if I play them sounds that are humorous, and then that tends to bring out a little bit of amusement, and then they start to find that funny, and then I get them to copy it thereafter. Excellent. So it also sets the tone.
Do you have a particular app you use for that? Because if
you
give it to me, I'll put it in the
I do. So I must just have a look. It's called Animal Sounds, and I found it on the App Store. There's quite a few of them, but this one's great. It's got mammals, birds, insects. It's just different clapping sounds and trumpets, and I do that, and I go like woo with the pom-poms and like all these things. It just creates an energy in the class. It helps to wake them up when they're a little bit
anything to wake them up. That's handy because they don't all want to, we're all encouraged to, and obviously the TPR is a great technique to use, but they won't always all get involved. So you find that really helps them.
I do. Otherwise, just ask them questions, or something that, that they would be interested in, or that maybe they're fiddling with something, and then bring that into the lesson. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing? And,
what's that?
What is that? Oh, it's so pretty, like just try and meet them where they're at. Meet them wherever they're at.
That can go slightly wrong because I had a child the other day and she had a big fit ball, and on one of my other gigs is I'm a personal trainer, so I saw her with it on screen before the lesson, so I brought mine in and I was just like, oh look, I've got one too, and then the other two ran off because obviously their mums had them as well. I was like, okay, mistake, come back. All
Becomes
these...
a show and tell.
Yeah.
I hear you.
They do love it, though. They do love it.
They do.
Okay, thank you for those little tips. What we're going to do next is we're going to play what I hope is a fun game for us both and for our viewers, called Beat the Teacher. Okay, so my first question for you, and I'm going to guess your answer, you need to write down the answer, is what is your favorite age group to teach?
Age group or level?
Oh, we can do both. Write down age, write down level as well. I'm going to, I'll write down both. So this is what I thought.
Oh my God, you're right. You are right. I said level 3 to 4.
Yay. Level 3 to 4. Yes, I won one. All right, got one right. Okay. Second, number 2. Do you prefer make a choice between 1-on-3, a large group, or demo teaching? Ready? Yeah, I think we all love our 1-on-3.
1-on-3.
All love our 1-on-3. I like the large groups too. I have to say, I do like them.
Me too.
Okay, I'm doing better. What is your most favorite lesson or lessons? Lesson or course, I guess.
Okay, I hope you can read my bad writing. I put
Baba
Baba
goes the sheep, animal lesson. And I said Pop's Wonderland, and Baba Goes the Sheep is Pop's Wonderland. And the reason I said that is because I know that you love the songs.
I do.
Or I think that you love
the singer in me comes out.
Hi, I'm doing well with this. I promise I did not have this.
Fire.
I did not have this information prior. Tell the audience I'm not cheating.
Not at all. Claire, you're psychic. You are naturally psychic.
I'm honest to a fault. Okay. And let's go. Least favorite lesson or perhaps course or, you know.
Don't know if you're going to get this.
I don't know if I'm going to get it, and I haven't remembered the exact name.
I know. I get like it too. All right.
New York Subway. I thought there is one about Houston, isn't there? There's a very strange one about Houston.
There are 1 or 2 global news I'm not a fan of, so you're on the right track.
On the right track, not quite right. Okay, and let's do 2 at once here, just to finish off. Your favorite tool or thing that you can use on the platform, and your least favorite.
As in on the platform, not a separate prop.
In room box. So I put at the top your favorite.
Okay, this the least favorite first.
Okay, I put least favorite at the bottom, so I was right. The fat white pen.
White pen and the big pen. Yes.
And the big pen.
That's right.
And your favorite?
Actually, you know what? I should have said multiple choice. You're right. I thought it was square because when they do the speech, you know, the paraphrases, I'm always putting it in a block. I just find
I use the square a lot as well. But I think I put that because it's my favorite. You're right. It's the nicest function. I do say I have a very, I don't know if you do as well, I have a love-hate relationship with the white pen.
You said it. Yes. I use it on a blank slide. Great. But for the kids to use it, absolutely not.
I love it for me. I love it for me for adapting the slides. I hate it for them.
Absolutely. It should be a one-sided thing.
Yeah, Bling. So this is our request from us. This month our request is, can it be a one-sided? Yes, please. We want a one-sided big fat white pen.
Bling Fairy wishing. Yeah.
Vicki, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Claire.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for sharing your tips with the Bling world, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks, Vicki.
Yes, you will. Cheers, Claire.
Bye,
everybody. Bye.
Don't say it.
Sorry.
I've already written, so I'm not touching. I'm not touching.
Damn it. I'll get a new one. Sorry.
All right. Okay.